Orcs can trace back their lineage to Grond, an enormous stone giant created by the titan Angramar that stumbled upon Draenor and has seen the Evergrowth and the plant-like spore mounds living upon it. Angramar decided that, left unchecked, the Evergrowth would expand and it would consume every single life upon Draenor. Thus, Grond and the spore mounds started fighting each other. Pieces fall from the giant Leviathan made of stone, and that gave rise to the Colossals, children of Grond, and the Genosaur, children of the spore mounds. After the death of Grond, the Colossals continued to fight the spore mounds of Botan and his minions. But over time, many of the stone giants just succumbed to their foes. From the Colossals' remains, a new creature emerged, a creature known as the Magnaron. After the Colossals sacrificed themselves to destroy Botan in a massive explosion, spores emerged from the plant creature's body, all of them teeming with the spirit of life, and they drifted back to Draenor's surface. They clung to everything that they could find in their wake, and that included even the hides of the Magnaron. That weakened their body and turned them into flesh. You could presume that this was a curse of flesh, the same as what the old gods have done to the creatures of the Titans on Azeroth. Because of the spurs, the Magnaron devolved into creatures known as the Grond, and due to the lingering effects of the spores later on, the Grond themselves devolved into the Ogron. Thousands of years would pass, and the Ogron continued to devolve further and further on, and thus, at some point, they've reached the stage of the ogre race. And from the ogres, a new race would arise, the orcs. The smallest and weakest of Grond's line. The orcs made up what they lacked in size and strength with somewhat fierce intelligence, but more importantly, a sense of community. They banded together and they survived in the harsh wilds. 1,200 years later, before the opening of the Dark Portal, the Children of Stone had grown in numbers and spread across the land. The ogres and orcs learned to fear the Ogron, for they were mightier and stronger. And they've managed to avoid grabbing the attention of the Ogron. The largest orc settlement at that time when the Ogron roamed free over Draenor was in a massive cave network beneath Gorgrond. And while the region was not bountiful and it bare little fruits, the orcs preferred a life of freedom in meager conditions over suffering as slaves of the Ogron as the ogres.